Welcome to podcasting with the Runyans.
That's not what it's called.
But that's what we're doing. We're podcasting.
I'm freezing is what I am.
It's not that is not abnormal.
Huh?
That is not abnormal.
You just yelled. That was way too loud.
It went into the red. Went into the red. Hey, what's up?
Oh, sorry. I'm responding to somebody.
You're responding to someone?
Yeah.
We're in the studio right now.
Listen.
It's a very serious situation.
Oh, it is a very serious
situation. Studio, recording a very high-level podcast.
This is going to be one of the last podcasts of 2020. Of 2020.
This is true. You know, I think this will be like number 289. So somewhere in January we'll hit that 300 mark.
You said it wrong. You mean January?
January. Sometime in January.
We'll hit the 300 mark.
Because it's your birthday.
What if we did the 300th episode on my birthday?
We'll be there before then if we stay on pace.
Okay, fine.
We have to stay on pace. It's going to be a record-setting year for In the Closet.
Yes.
This year is going to be it. 2021. We dropped off pretty significantly in 2020.
I think that life dropped off pretty significantly in 2020
part of
for
it.
most
We're
people.
Refocused, we're re-energized, we're excited,
right,
and we're going to make it happen.
I think, don't you think that like just life from like March, April on, just everybody kind of got neutral?
Everybody got in what I would like to call the fuck it phase.
The hover phase.
Yes, or that.
Yeah, well mine is a little bit more
appropriate for high-level podcasting.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. But it's true. So we got to shake out of it. I mean, not that because 2021 is going to be a magical year or everything's going to disappear. No, it's still going to be around. But I think it's a year that we adjust our outlooks and our attitudes and quit being so...
bitches. Quit being little bitches.
Oh my gosh, it's just so bad. This is just the end of the world. We're never going to shake hands again.
Oh, let's
We're
suck
never
it
gonna
up
hug
and
it.
quit being a bunch
Let's
of pussies.
start 2021 and let's have a different attitude. No, our situations might not be any different. But maybe
our mindset will be. Maybe
have
we'll
a
get
more
our
positive
maybe we'll get our
mindset.
mindset right, and we'll say we're gonna stop letting the circumstances dictate our happiness and our mindset.
We all know that it sucks and it stinks, but there's really nothing we can do about it except comply with what we have to do and be safe. And then the rest of it, we just need to have a better attitude. Like, really, honestly.
Preach.
Really. I'm tired of it. I'm tired
As Brooke would say, heard.
I'm tired of the news being so negative. How many deaths today? Like, why are we focused on that?
Because that's what
There's
keeps
a
people
tally.
engaged.
That's sad. That if that keeps you engaged, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. No, but honestly,
negativity. It has an addiction to it.
I don't know how.
It has.
Do you know why
There's an addiction to negativity.
It's just crazy. I think the news focuses so much on the negative. I'm not saying it's not a bad thing, and I'm not saying not to take it seriously, but I'm also saying that the news needs to take some responsibility of our mental stability and like at least post something, or not post, listen to me, social media person, to cover something positive. Say, yes, the death toll has risen, but this is what we're going. Like, you know, like, give us something positive.
Yeah, and they never give the whole story, so it's always slanted because it's entertainment news. Journalism's dead because there's nobody doing it for the right reasons anymore. Well, I'm not going to say there's nobody. There's obviously outlets. They're just not the popular outlets because people like sensationalism. So they like to watch Fox News or CNN. Right. Both slanted. Both it's hogwash is what I would call it, or hogwash.
Right.
But like details, like the I heard today, this is a detail that was shocking. Out of all the deaths that are coronavirus related deaths that are called coronavirus deaths, 94% of those, 94% of all of the deaths had averaged 2.6 other morbidity factors in their death.
Right.
Saying 94% of those people that died of coronavirus also had either heart disease, cancer, or diabetes.
Yeah.
Or multiple ones. They had 2.6, almost 3 other, because of obesity. So 6% of the people that died were, I guess, that's all they died from.
I mean, I don't know.
They were probably freaking older. And I'm not saying it's not serious, so don't take it that way.
No, I know that.
But we don't get the whole story.
But my whole point is, why is the news so fixated on the deaths? I understand. We all know people are dying from. We all know this.
I heard it somewhere. It's explained psychologically where our minds, the average mind, there's something about it releases something when it's shocking news or and then you want to, like when they have a count like that, you want to go back and check it, whether it's negative or positive. You want to go back and check that count. It's like in your head.
Whoever does that, I feel sorry for you.
Well, the majority of people do that.
I'm sorry, I do.
Lots
I think that's really, 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 really,
I don't do
really,
it.
really sick.
I don't check.
I think that it's sick for the news to report every day. There's a death tally.
There's a counter.
There's a
CNN.
There's a tinker.
There's a ticket.
That's disgusting.
There's a widget. There's a death count widget.
That's disgusting, and that's horribly negative. And I thank God that he knew what he was doing when he did not allow me to get the broadcasting job that I wanted, because I would have blown it. I would have been fired. I won't sit here and do this. Like I'm so. It must not have been for me to be on the news, to be a news anchor like I wanted to be, because I would be like, get this tinker thing out of the corner of the screen. We're depressing the people.
But you know what?
What's the difference? What does it matter if we know how many people are dying from the Rona? What does it matter for me? What does it matter for me?
They got to keep you.
What does it matter from you? What does it matter for the people listening?
They got to keep you scared so you can be.
What?
Yeah,
scared?
They got to keep you scared so you can be controlled, so you'll do what you're supposed to do.
I do what I'm supposed to do anyway. I don't need to know this. It's like you open up your thing and it's like your local news is like 9 more died last night. Okay, that's awful.
It is awful.
It just, I'm not even going to keep going on about it, but I think that our news and the news industry is disgusting.
She said disgusting.
I'm so glad that I was never a part of it. So glad I was never a part of it, because it is disgusting. That's why people have to listen to podcasts like this and like other things, because or else we're gonna walk around depressed zombies all day, because the news is feeding us nothing but stuff to make our minds just go crazy. For kids to go to bed worry because they have to hear the news in the background. Let me tell you something. When I was growing up and I stayed with my grandparents, my grandmother always had to watch the 11 o'clock news before she went to bed. She just had to. Well, I slept on the pull-out couch in the family room. I had no choice but to listen to the news as I fell asleep. And I would go to sleep scared because it always reported the bad stuff. The burglaries, the murders, the shootings, the scary stuff. There was never good stories. Ever. I know you have to report.
People don't want to hear the good stories.
Yes, we do. Why are you saying that? What, you don't think that turning on the news would not be refreshing to hear like a positive, uplifting story?
Probably. I just don't think it's going to captivate the masses. People like to see other people.
Do you need to be a news producer then, you sicko?
I don't want to be a news producer. I don't like it either. That's why, guess what? I don't watch the news.
Oh, I don't either.
Ever.
I don't either. Maybe they do report positive stuff.
They might. I'm sure they Sally's cat got saved from the tree in South Charleston last Wednesday.
No, they do not.
Everybody danced in the streets.
Just report the negative stuff and skew things and not even tell the whole story. It's all fake news, people. Turn it off and do something fun. We all know what's going on in the world out there with this issue. Nothing's changed, okay?
That's right. Wear your masks and
get the shot if you want to.
The vaccine,
don't if you don't, and move on with your freaking. I'm so sick of hearing about it. Let me tell you something. In 2021, you will not hear of me speak of the Rona on this podcast or in life in general. Because I'm not going to entertain it anymore.
You're retiring from the Rona?
I am resisting it.
Resisting the Rona.
Yep.
That's good. I like that. I can't make that promise.
Oh, I can, and I will, and you watch. Now watch. I'll get stricken with it. But
you're going to get the Rona, and then we're going to have to talk about your symptoms. And
No, we won't. No, I won't.
We have to. It would be fun. It would be fun.
It would be
fun. You got the Rona, and we could talk about what you're going through.
I swear I think I have the Rona right now, to be honest. I have a sore throat, my ear hurts, and I have this headache that won't go
and
away.
You're not wearing a mask.
Not right now. I'm in my freaking bedroom.
You kill me.
Psycho. Well, then leave. If you're scared, leave. Or put your mask on. Go get it. I dare you.
I'm not worried. I'm not scared of you and your sicknesses.
Moving on.
That was fun.
I'm
fun to get you
fed up
worked
with it.
up.
That's why I watch this pointless television at night. You know, people say,
We love
you're not educating yourself because you're watching these. I don't want to.
Educate. Forget educating myself at night because that's when
my chill
I
time.
shut the brain down.
Right, that's like the girls want me to watch, like when Maddie was
Depressing
home.
stuff?
Yeah, when Maddie was home for for Christmas. She's like, watch Grey's Anatomy with us. Why do I want to watch that? Why do I want to?
You're not interested in that.
Even if I were, no, I wouldn't be. I'm not interested on my free time to watch something that's going to stress me the freak out, and it's going to make me feel sad. She's like, there's some good parts. I don't want to watch a show where there's some good parts, right?
True. Yes.
It's just depressing.
What I'm hearing is you want to keep things chill. You want to keep things positive.
Right.
And you want to fill your mind with positive things because there's enough bad shit in
the real world, right?
That you have to deal with.
Right.
So why add to it on your free time?
Right.
When you don't have to.
Exactly.
And for those that enjoy that, good for you. But
yeah, sure. If you, it's everybody's individual.
I'm with
obviously.
you. I like some positive vibes in my free time.
I don't want to watch one thing in the evening that's going to make me feel sad or stressed because I go through life sad and stressed half the time.
I want to watch train wrecks. I want to watch reality TV.
Right.
I want to watch people that are a mess.
Right.
I want to watch...
We're watching this new show. What is it called? Bridgerton?
Bridgerton,
Bridgington?
It's on Netflix. It's kind of a big deal.
It's in the 1813?
1813 is the year.
And all the women, the mothers, they raise their daughters strictly to marry them off. And there's a season.
The men created a genius situation there. They got all the women to compete against each other and channel all that energy into serving men. Who can be better at serving men? And they all bought in. All the women bought into it.
Can you imagine that happening these days? What horrible mothers would be? What if I raised my 3 daughters for the sole purposes? You don't have to read books. You don't have to go to school. But put your makeup on. Let me put this corset on you to the point where you can't even breathe. Go down there and throw yourself at these guys. So somebody will marry you.
You teach them how to seduce. But
they don't really seduce
in
the way.
No, but I mean, just all their motives are like to. I don't mean sexually seduce. I just mean they're competing.
They're trying to get them married off. It's not sexual at all. The girls don't even know how you get pregnant.
Some of them do not. This is correct.
So it's a very sheltered life these girls lived, and to think that my mom was just pushing me off to try to get me married, and it's like that's her sole purpose. I feel like she
because you're worthless as a family if you can't get married, you know.
And the girls really have no choice necessarily in the matter.
Not really, no. It's interesting.
It's sad.
I love historic things, so I love seeing I just like the culture of the 1813s. I know it's not probably correct. It's not exactly how it was.
You just like the corsets because they push their boobs up.
That's not true. It's a plus. I mean, it's better than not having them pushed up, but I like the history of everything and the boobs. Just kidding. There's not a lot of boobs. There's some love making in this show, though.
Is that what you call it?
That's what they called it in the 1813s.
To me, in the situations, it looked like they were whoring around. Is what they looked like.
Some of them were whoring around.
There's not really love. I mean, there's love making is different than just getting laid.
Getting your rocks off.
There was no love making actually involves, I feel like, two people that love each other.
And they look into each other's eyes while they're doing it.
Yeah, and it's like a sensual, loving thing versus just having sex. You can have sex with anybody. You can't just make love with anybody.
This is true. It's not. Yeah, that's true.
You really can't.
You can't. No, you can't really make love.
So
with anybody.
that's my view on it.
That's true.
So
there's no choking in making love.
No, I wouldn't really feel like
so.
that.
Not light choking, maybe, just to keep the attention.
And we were on our way home from Buffalo Wild Wings just a minute ago, and I swear we're driving down the neighborhood, And Jeff looks at the Christmas lights these people have in their yard, like these figurines, and they're outlined in lights. And he goes, that looks like a penis.
The one did.
And I'm like, you are a freaking 12-year-old boy. Everything looks like scrotum, a penis, balls, 69. It's 69 degrees out, Angie. And I'm like, I am married to a teenager. Pretty sure.
Oh, and act like you don't do the same crap all the time. Yeah, that's why we're meant to be, because you do. You're the one that will bring it up.
What do I bring up?
You're such a proper lady.
I'm so
You're
proper.
Such a proper
I would
madam.
not talk of such things.
No, of course
Whatever do you speak of?
Yeah.
I do, but not like you do. Like it's everything.
No, I'm the king. Yeah.
You turn everything into something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a talent. It's a gift.
97.8% of the time.
Well, if you would like me to stop.
No, I'm not. I don't want you to stop.
I won't.
Because then you wouldn't be
I
Jeff.
can't. Right. It's a
Can't
problem.
stop. And we won't stop.
That was our jam this summer.
That was our jam?
What was the TikTok we did? It's one of my favorites.
Oh,
actually.
yeah, we were in the pool. Oh, I forgot about that one.
That was a great one. That's back when we were in love, when we really were.
Oh, when we
into
TikTok together?
Yeah.
I quit TikTok October 14th.
We need to pick that up because we need the followers. You need your followers for our brand in 2021. You need to build our brand through TikTok and spill it over into the podcast. You just need to focus.
I am not sure I'm ready back to TikTok full time. I do have to do a couple of TikTok videos for that Bev Wine company.
You have really failed Bev Wine.
I have. Well, no, I had 2 weeks. I think it's right up on 2 weeks. It's probably past 2 weeks, actually, now that I think about it. But I do need to do a couple of those videos, and then I probably won't go back on for a while. I'm just not ready for TikTok again.
You're not ready?
No. I haven't missed it.
I'm falling off quite a bit too.
I've enjoyed my freedom of not having to scroll through and watch all these videos and not having to come up with ideas to make them and keep up and follow numbers. I'm just kind of like hanging tight with Instagram and Snapchat.
I post stuff on TikTok. My thing is I've gone over the last several months, I TikTok less and I'm myself. So it's really not going that well for me. It was better when I wasn't myself.
What do you mean? You've always been yourself on TikTok.
No, before I was doing TikToks, like I was lip syncing or I was doing acts or whatever on there. And now that I'm just being myself and talking, I'm not as popular.
Really?
Nah.
I'm so sorry.
But I have my core fan base.
Sure.
Just kidding. They're not fans, they're friends. Is what.
Oh, I think they're fans.
We're all friends, but they all like my stuff and they comment, and it's a real cool little community to just know, okay, I got these people who still like me for being me.
Well,
and when I get on there and be
you.
stupid and I talk about stupid stuff, they enjoy that. If I'm doing the WAP, they enjoyed it.
That was the best.
If I'm, whatever.
That was the best.
So.
Also, in other news, I would like you all to know that I won my first ever fantasy football league. Officially.
God, I have to hear about this.
Oh, let me tell you
for
what.
a year.
Oh my gosh.
How you won the fantasy football league.
When you win your league, I talk you up. I'm super excited for you.
I'm kidding. I was in the league. I'm kidding.
You're just mad because I beat you.
It's a big deal. You dominated this year. You went, I think you won 11 games. And you won the championship.
I did, and I beat somebody we really wanted to not win the league because
he
went weird.
He went weird.
There was this guy in our league that was friends with us, and he was all normal, and then all of a sudden,
he went off the deep end.
Things turned strange.
So, he had a good team, a really good team, and he was supposed to beat you. He was projected to beat you.
He didn't know who he was messing with.
But Angie Fitco came through.
I will say
there's one team she didn't beat this year.
2 teams. Oh no, only one because I played Steven twice.
You beat Steven, so I have that in my back pocket. But you won it all.
At the end of the day, who's the champion?
WAP for football.
WAP for football was my name.
And that was a great
I've gotten
name.
a lot of slide ups on my social media with that, and they say, "Are you like what?" I was like, "Yeah, I had to. Sorry, it's pretty funny." Everybody thinks it's pretty funny. I will say, Jeff helped me pick my team. Listen. We went into the league.
Look, it's your first time.
Well, we went into the league, and I told them, they said, Angie, do this fantasy football. And I said, I'm just going to tell you what, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to do a draft, and Jeff will be helping me. So they knew up front. So I didn't cheat.
Yeah, but when I didn't help you that much. What I did is I showed you how the app worked, and I said, here's how people are ranked. And really all I said is, this guy's ranked higher than that guy. Pick him or don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you just picked the higher ranking.
Yeah, he didn't pick my whole team. I just...
And I would tell you don't need any more of that player just so you didn't
right.
pick
That's
a lot
what you
of the
really
same
helps me
problem.
with. It's like I would have picked... Like,
4 quarterbacks.
Right, I
and you
didn't
only
know.
needed one.
Right, I didn't know that kind of stuff.
So I guided you through the draft process, but it didn't
you
matter.
sometimes kind of help me with strategy with my lineup.
I did, but everybody does that. I mean, you could talk to a friend about that as long as they're,
Yeah. So anyway, that was some big news this week.
It's a big deal.
It's kind of a big deal.
It's always awesome to
What
win.
did I win, you ask? Nothing.
This is the one league that we didn't have any money on it.
No money, just bragging rights.
Just bragging rights.
I feel like there should have been a trophy of some sort.
Yeah, maybe if we keep it going.
And we were in this league with everybody, all the people in our league, we met them on TikTok.
That's true.
It was
it's
our
the
TikTok
Run Fam
league. And I won.
Fantasy Football League.
Which is very appropriate.
It was, yes, it is very appropriate.
Since we brought all these people
the most
together.
Followers.
Do I still? I don't even know if I still do.
You do. You're still up there. Last time I checked.
I haven't checked in a long time.
I mean, I'm sure they're falling off because you haven't been on there for, 3 months?
Since October 14th, I just said that.
Damn.
Almost 3 months. By January.
Good Lord.
I know.
That's crazy.
I mean, I've been on there because when
crazy
people send me
drought.
videos to watch, it takes me there. And sometimes I'll peek at my messages or I'll peek around, but I haven't posted anything, no. I haven't spent more than, since October 14th, collectively, I've probably spent 2 minutes on TikTok.
Time really flies, doesn't it?
Time flies.
Because we're talking about you were going live twice a day. You're going live twice a day, and you're posting multiple.
Sometimes
probably
3 times a day.
3 times a day. Mm-hmm. So you went from doing that from March until October.
Mm-hmm.
Every day.
7 months. And that's why it was exhausting. Because it became, like I said before, it became like expected. And like if I didn't do something, I was getting messages. Lots of messages. Like, and still I get messages on Instagram from TikTok people. Come back. Why aren't you going live? Where are you going live? I'm like, I'm not doing lives anymore. Well, why not? Because I don't want to right now.
Right.
It's not my desire. Will I again? Well,
You
of course.
burn out.
But I
You
did.
And now you know, though, when you go back.
Oh, Jeff is yawning. Big yawns.
Louisa. When you go back, you'll know I need to not go so hard in pain.
Yeah.
Just do what I want to do when I want to do it.
That's what a lot of people do.
But
when you start something new.
You were going hard in the paint. Not only that, you were literally putting an agenda together for your fitness live.
Which actually was good. It helped me
good.
with, it kept my social media going. Like my social media has been struggling on Instagram as far as post goes. But I just feel like I said at the beginning of this podcast, I just kind of got neutral and I'm just like, oh, something's got to push me out of this. I'll have a good week and then a week where I'm just kind of back in the rut again, So 2021 is going to be better. It's got to be.
Get that mindset right.
Get the mindset right. Turn the news off, y'all. Turn the news off.
Turn the news off. Turn the positivity up.
You said that in your best radio voice.
Was it good?
Turn the news off. Turn the positivity up.
I don't know if that goes well. I didn't think through it before
That's all right.
before I sold it. Probably should have.
It's all good. What are we doing for New Year's?
Played around
Anything?
with it. We're gonna watch some football.
Oh my gosh!
The Ohio
Does the
State
freaking
Buckeyes
world
play.
revolve around football? I mean, can we do anything other than watch sports ever?
Ohio State Buckeyes.
I have
They're
to
in the
work.
national
What time's the
championship
game
hunt.
tomorrow? I
8
gotta work.
o'clock.
Oh, I'll be off work by then.
Yeah, it's a huge game. I'm not asking you to watch other games.
Well,
It's
I mean, I'll
pretty,
watch that.
It's a pretty big deal.
It's not that it's it's
Get
fine.
very frustrating, or it can be fun. But either way, I don't know what else we're gonna do.
I don't either. I don't like to go out on New Year's Eve.
Oh, you're yawning.
Well, you started it.
I did.
You started this mess. So now we're going to be yawning, volleyball yawning. But no, I don't like to go. I never have really liked to go out on New Year's Eve. Not just because of the Rona.
You really
But usually New
That's
Year's
true.
Eve we stay home. And we are in our jammies on our couch. And I'm dozing before the ball hits the drops. Is the ball dropping? Are we doing this thing? Are they doing the
ball
whole...
is going to drop. I don't know. I don't know. New York's shut down, right? So they're not going to let
Is
people
New York
out.
shut down? I don't know.
New York's shut down.
How do you know? I don't watch the news. I don't know.
I'll listen to podcasts.
New York is shut down?
New York is shut. You can do outdoor dining there, but you can't.
You can't eat inside?
No, I don't think so.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure New York's pretty shut down. They were one of the ones that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I'm probably right. What if the ball drops and everybody's counting down, and when it gets to the bottom, you just hear this siren. It goes round 2.
Oh gosh, we already are on round 2. I feel like. Is Ryan Seacrest not even going to be there by himself?
Yeah, I'm sure they'll all be set up and doing their thing from Times Square.
It just won't be everybody in the streets. Obviously.
Yeah, it won't be packed with people. They won't be jumping around.
Well, that's sad.
It is sad. It's really sad.
But that's usually what we do: is we watch the ball drop, play a few games, and boom, that's it.
Yeah.
New year.
It's
New year, new you.
New year.
Time to set some goals, people. Time to set some goals.
It's goal setting time. We did that last year. We had some good podcasts at the beginning of the year about getting focused in on 2020.
If we only knew.
That went to crap.
If we only knew.
If we only knew that we were going to be disrupted like we had never been disrupted in our lives.
Right.
It's crazy disruption.
One of my clients told me that, I tell you what, well, it's still 2020, I can talk about it, but once 2021 I'm not talking about this issue. The Rona's going to go on the list with politics and religion that I won't talk about, so you'll have to save those for Michael. My client told me, and I don't know where she heard it, somewhere on TV, so it could probably very, very well be not accurate, but she said that there was a medical person on there and said that things will get better slowly, but everything won't be back to normal and like totally over until the summer of 2022. Like, meaning you can go places without masks and everything's open and back to normal. That's what he said. That's what she said that he said. 2022, the summer of, is when things will be back to the way it was in 2019.
That's stupid.
I think that's a little too long.
I
was projecting a little closer.
It's ridiculous.
And he could be wrong. He could be sooner. It could be later. I don't know.
I think people need to get pulled together. That's what I think.
Pull it together, people.
Pull it together.
And I do think that it's so funny. I've seen a lot of memes saying, like, now people are being like, I'm not taking that shot. I'm not putting something like that in my body. And then there's like this woman saying it, and she has like these big Botox lips. Like, you're putting Botox and like chemicals in your body, but you won't get this shot. Or like somebody's like shooting up drugs, and they're like, really? Like, I don't want to take the shot, but I mean, I'm just because I'm like that though. I don't do drugs. I don't do Botox. I don't I don't put anything.
I think
in my
there's
body
certain
like
groups of people and age groups, and that it would be better for you just to take the shot and take any kind of side effect risk needed, because this could kill you.
Sure.
You know, other than that, though, I mean, maybe you want to take it. I know there's a lot of people in the medical field that are going ahead and taking.
I know one of my nurse friends took it,
and that's cool. Man, take it if you.
You do you, boo.
I don't know.
How do you feel about them making it mandatory to take it if you're in the medical field?
Well, I don't know. I haven't discussed it much with anybody in the medical field, so I don't know. But off the cuff, it's hard. It's a hard one to get to, because if you're working with elders and you could pass it without knowing it, I think that's the worst thing for me. Is I've thought about that. The worst thing for me is not knowing I have it and passing it to someone like your grandmother.
Yeah.
Or so that'd be really hard for me to live with myself because I was careless.
Well, yeah, because I mean.
And I think you have a responsibility if you're a nurse or a doctor to make sure that you don't pass anything.
Sure.
To someone that could.
Because it's so weird that you could have it and not really like I was joking at the beginning of this when I said I had it I could, because I do have a little bit of a sore throat. I do have a little bit of a earache, and I do have a little bit of a headache. But guess what? This isn't the first time this has ever happened. Every time around this time of year, I get this. So it's my mind. It's like, I'm getting that little cold or weird thing happening. Sometime between October and February, I always get sick with a sinus infection, with a cold, with something. So I'm just racking it up to that because I feel 100% fine. Like, I feel totally fine. My energy, eating, everything. But what if I did have it? Because, some people do. Like, a girl came into GNC that I know, and she said that she had it, and that she said it was not as bad as mono. No, it was not as bad as mono, that she had mono, and she also had the flu, and it was a touch worse than the flu, but not as bad as mono. That was just her. The boyfriend that she lived with at the time had it, and barely felt sick at all and was out running the boulevard. It was like, I got to get out of here. I'm going to go run. And he was like doing home workouts, running outside, not feeling that bad at all. Just like a little.
It affects everybody differently.
I know that's my point.
Right.
So I'm saying is I could technically have it, but just want to be one of those people who feel fine. So it is kind of scary.
And if my mom or my dad, they're in their 70s, if your grandmother, if I was taking them to the hospital, I would prefer a nurse to have the vaccine.
I get that.
To work with my parents. I wouldn't want somebody that.
The scary part, I get that, but it's not like the scary part is this is so new, and it was made so quickly.
Right.
What is it going to do? That's my fear. It's not the point of like, I'm not taking it. You can't make me. That's not it at all. It's like I would like things to be around a little bit longer and test it a little bit more before I inject it into my body. Because what if they do that and then they're like,
they find out 2 years later it could cause liver failure.
Shuts off your left nostril and you'll never breathe out of your left nostril again. You know what I mean?
And 2, we don't know.
Or excessive saliva or something, you know? So that's just my point. So I don't know what I think about it. I'm with you. Like
excessive saliva might be a good thing in certain situations.
You see, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So this is, let's see, Michael's doing a podcast with you Wednesday. Is this my last podcast of the year? It is. This is Angie's last podcast. Thursday. That's right. Nope, this is not my last one. I'll do one more.
I mean, it'll be New Year's Eve.
Thursday. It'll be New Year's Eve.
We'll cram one in on New Year's Eve, hopefully. And then that'll be 3 for this week. Then hopefully get another one in before the end of the weekend, maybe. And that way we'll go into next week a little ahead.
Yes.
Because we have got back on track. We've been knocking out 3 a week. This, I think, the 4th straight week.
Yep.
Things are getting better. The content will only get better throughout the year. And guests will be coming on.
Yes.
It's going to be amazing.
In the meantime, I'm going to wash my face now. I have a lot of eye product and new face stuff I'm going to
That's cool. I got to shower my body.
So we'll see you next time.
We will see you on the other side.
Peace out.